So I just arrived for my third strongman show today. On the way here, it was like a hurricane. I mean, I was planning on rocking this place like a hurricane, leaving a path of destruction in my wake, but it seems something has already done that, because as I was pulling in, there were downed branches and everything. You might be able to see some of the lightning. It's not raining too bad now, but man, it was pouring when I left that restaurant for a recharge. But no performance left today. I'm just gonna head home.
There really been some lucky execution. You cannot know.
It is day 2 of that cluster of gigs, strongman gigs that I'm doing. I'm getting ready to head out. Feeling pretty good. My hands feel fine, my nose feels fine, but I got some pretty gnarly bruising on my legs. Most likely from the flat stock steel bar and the horseshoe. I mean, it looks a lot worse than it feels. And this is gonna sound kind of funny, but I am actually looking forward to seeing what it looks like after all the gigs are done. Because right now, I look a bit like a Dalmatian. But feeling good. As soon as I'm all finished, I will be ready to kiss my wife and child goodbye and head over to the gig. See you there. Just finished up my last show for the day. 3 down there was 2 yesterday, 3 today, 3 tomorrow, and then I get 2 days off and then 2 on Saturday. This one wasn't that big of a group, but they were a great group and came up to me to tell me how my story related to them and all that stuff. That sort of thing means a lot to me, because I like knowing that there's a purpose to what I do that isn't just me showing off, that I actually am making a difference. But I gotta finish packing up, and then I'm gonna be heading home, rest up, ice my hands, all that stuff, and settle in for the night. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit beat up, bit tired. I got 3 gigs scheduled today. I've done 2 on Monday, 3 yesterday, so that's 5 down since Monday. And the bruising on my leg is pretty gnarly looking. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what it looks like when it's all done. Since it tends to be in an area that is inappropriate for the cameras, I'm gonna see if I can take a picture, but I can't make any promises. But I am freshly shaved. As soon as I get my coffee and kiss my daughter goodbye, I will be ready to rock this one too. I arrived not that long ago. I am about to get myself bound up in locks and chains. This is for my 1 p.m. show. I'm feeling a bit weary, but I'm gonna rock this. In a second, they're gonna start coming in through the doors, and I'm gonna blow their minds. I'm getting set for my 8th show since Monday, 3rd show today. I am a bit sore, a bit weary, but I am ready to rock this. I just finished up my last show of the day. Now I'm tired, sun is starting to go down. I still got about an hour and a half home, and I still gotta pack up. It is Thursday the 25th around 10:30 in the morning. The gig that I had scheduled for Monday had to be canceled because that storm knocked out the power and stuff like that. So that it was rescheduled for today. I'm starting to actually kind of lose count of how many shows I've done. See, there's 2 on Monday, 3 on Tuesday, 3 on, well, it's a bunch. So I'm tired, I'm a bit beat up, but I'm ready to go. I'm gonna be heading out just as soon as I close up this video. See you there. So I just finished up my presentation. That was my 9th presentation since Monday. Went well. It was a bit noisy, but that's what happens when you got kids in the audience. It's nothing out of the ordinary. You just soldier on, and I had people approach me to say my story means something, which I know I've mentioned this in previous videos, but when you do motivational speaking, you take a shotgun approach. You're trying to reach one person, but you don't know who that person's going to be until after you've done kind of like a room-wide blast. And hopefully that person talks to you, and that person did, which I appreciate. But I'm tired, my nose hurts, my thigh is black and blue like a Dalmatian. I gotta be at work in about 2 hours, so I better hit the road. So it's the last day of that cluster of gigs. I just got to the area where I'm supposed to perform for my first show of the day. As soon as I'm done here, I head off to the next place, do my show there, and then maybe see if I can stock up on some materials on the way home. I don't know, it depends on how convenient it is. About a week after I did that cluster of gigs. That was 12 across the course of a week, with many of them being multiple ones in the same day. 3 at the most, 1 at the least, and one of them was 2. I wanted to give some reflections about what it was like, because prior to doing this, I had thought to myself, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to take on more than 8 gigs in a month. And that was kind of a self-limiting belief on my part. Instead, having done 14 total within the month, with 12 of them across the week, I know that if it was spaced out appropriately, yes, I could definitely take on the volume. And I looked at it as kind of a test to see what I was truly capable of. And I believe that we have to periodically test our limits to find out where they truly are. So some of the highlights from this cluster of gigs was, 1, it let me know that I am capable of more than I initially thought, because not only was it multiple gigs, but it was also multiple gigs in different locations, which would mean I'd have to set up, do my thing, break down, go off to the next place, set up, do my thing, break down, go off to the next place, set up, do my thing, break down, etc., etc. And so that, of course, makes things a bit more complicated, but I was able to do it. And I will be able to continue to be able to do it. As for the highlights, after the first couple shows, people would approach me afterwards and say how much sharing my story and some of the struggles and stuff that I had gone through. And I actually did a light version of my full one. They didn't really feel what kind of darkness I had been through in the past, but they would share their own struggles. And I've alluded to this in previous videos, but when I do a motivational talk for a group of people, I'm not necessarily thinking I'm gonna get across to everyone. I'm really looking for those couple people in the room that really need to hear it the most. And hopefully everybody gets it, but at the very least, I'm hoping for at least one person. When people approach me after my gigs, that lets me know that what I did affected them on some level. And then sharing their struggles with me, it also inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing and keep my passion alive. One woman had hugged me with tears in her eyes to tell me how much what I'm doing matters, and especially for today's youth. And some of the other highlights is I got to see one of my friends and who I consider a colleague within the strongman world, Todd Jones, who you may have seen in Punisher and Blacklist and basically a bunch of other shows that I include amongst my favorites. He got to see how I do my show. And I have to say, even though like when people share their struggles with me and it inspires me, probably the biggest highlight that I was able to get was when my daughter came running around the corner, excited to see me. You know, like an auditorium full of people cheering is a wonderful feeling, but so is having my own daughter wrap her arms around my neck and squeeze me as tight as she could. But after those 12 gigs, after the 14 gigs in the month of July, we're in August. I'm gonna be taking the entire month off from performing, and it's not because I'm tired from my gigs. I've still got the strength that it takes. But something that is even more exciting is this coming week, I'm expecting the birth of my second daughter, and I can't wait to meet her. So I'm gonna be taking time off from performing just so I could spend as much time with her as I can. So I'm gonna try and pump out videos, but I can't make any promises because newborns are a lot of work. But I'll see what I can do. But I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if so, please like and subscribe because September is gonna be an exciting month. I'm gonna have a lot going on and a lot to show and a lot to talk about. So stay tuned. Eric Moss, over and out.